Kevin here, aka Brick Ninja from RebelLUG, and today we're going to be looking at this set that LEGO kindly sent me a copy of to review. This is set number 75271, Luke's Landspeeder. It has 236 pieces, and in the United States will retail for $30. Yep, we got another Landspeeder, and I do think this one looks really good, but we just had one not that long ago. But let's go ahead and get this guy built up and see what we've got here. Alrighty, so we have this all built up, and we're going to start with our RebelLUG member quote, and that is from Noah, and he says, "Nice improvement on the engines, but really, it's a waste of a set slot." And I feel like that is pretty much everyone's opinion on this. We really like the design, but we've had so many Luke's Landspeeders. This is the 7th time LEGO has done a minifig scale version of Luke's Landspeeder, and these engines are definitely an improvement over previous ones. Still a little sticker heavy, but much more parts based than sticker based on these guys. And they've done a lot of other improvements. This front section is now sticker-based rather than parts-based, but it does look a lot smoother, a lot cleaner. And even on the whole chairs in the back here, those are now brick-built. So lots of good improvements on this guy, but it's just not that unique. I've got the 2017 version right here. And you get those side by side, and you can see definitely some of the differences. But overall, it's very, very similar. And I just wish that they had done something different. I mentioned in the Microfighter Dual Pack that I felt like that LEGO should have done a large brick-built Bantha. And I think that would have been an excellent idea rather than doing another Landspeeder. You do the brick-built Bantha. You could even have Luke here with his rifle that they've already got in the set. But them doing another Landspeeder seems really unnecessary. It's a really good version, so if you don't have a Landspeeder, then that's great. But if you do happen to have a Landspeeder, then it's pretty pointless, you know. As long as it's not the 1999 one, pretty much any of the other ones are pretty solid. But let's go ahead and take a look at the figures here. So we are going to start with the driver of Luke's Landspeeder, which is actually C-3PO. If you watch the movies, he's the one driving it. Sorry, LEGO instruction manuals, you are wrong. But here we have C-3PO. It's the same version that we've had for a while, and nothing special about him. I have gotten so many of these. I recently just gave one away because someone didn't have one. I was like, oh, I've got too many. I do hope that at some point we'll get a dual molded leg for his leg there, half silver and half gold. But LEGO seems to avoid doing dual molded very often on Star Wars figure parts. So it's just that little stripe of silver just doesn't really cut it for me. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Jawa and take a close look at him. He is, again, nothing super special. I don't mind having extra Jawas. I really like Jawas, so, you know, having a decent-sized group of them is fine. It's got good printing on the torso, front and back. I do wish that they had kept with the old Jawa face design that had the eyes a little bit smaller, a little bit closer together. These ones just get blocked by the hood, so it just looks a little weird for me. But overall, decent figure, just not a unique one. Alrighty, there it is, that one unique element in a figure. We have Luke here, and he has a new poncho piece, which is pretty cool. Wasn't really expecting them to do this poncho, but I'm glad that they did. It just, again, doesn't redeem the set itself. And if you pull that up, you can take a look. It's the same Luke Skywalker figure underneath that we've gotten for quite a while. These cloth ponchos are pretty cool, though I'm afraid that they are rather fragile on the connections on the edge there. But overall, predictable set of figures, nothing super special. Taking a look at the build here, obviously we have the Landspeeder, and then we have this little cave thing. And this is pretty disappointing. You get this plant piece. That's cool. I like those. That's the end. This is basically a mini build to consume parts so that they can try to inflate the price. This pretty much adds no purpose. This set would have been significantly better at $25 and cutting this, but it's $30 and it does have that, unfortunately. I said this Landspeeder is the best one they've done, and it also has a lot of really good parts in it. I'm liking this guy for the parts. I like this color that they use on the Landspeeder, and they don't use it for a whole lot other than Luke's Landspeeder, so you don't get a lot of parts variation. But we do have this cone piece that they use on the end of the engines there that's pretty good. Just above it we have the BB9E head in light gray unprinted. They use that in an Overwatch set as well. But those are kind of fun. And there's lots of dark red tiles, the curved tiles. There's some of these, I don't know what they're called, like the D-shaped ones that are flat on one side and rounded on the other. We got a couple of those in black. But where this set really shines for me is on the inside. So if you start tearing this apart, LEGO did a pretty good job of building the sides of this Landspeeder. We have a whole bunch of these 1x2 bricks with studs on the side in gray. And then the whole side here is built sideways, and it's all connected with a bunch of these bracket pieces that are like a 1x2 plate sitting on top of a 2x2 tile. And there's probably like 12 or 14 of these guys in the set. So those are really nice, and they were able to get a very smooth transition from here all the way wrapping around, give it a very clean look, utilizing these parts. So that's a very, very nice building technique that's pretty easy with these new parts and available in a tighter area than before. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, we've got a few of the 2x2 plates that have studs on one side and not on the other side. But overall, some pretty good parts. However, when you're looking at the price per piece, it's not really the best set to buy for the sake of parting out, unless you can find it on sale, or unless if you're really looking for these figures, if you don't have them, something like that. In the end, RebelLUG members gave this a 4.2 out of 10, and 10% of them were planning on picking it up. And I know the scoring completely has to do with the fact that we've had so many Landspeeders. I think it's a very solid Landspeeder. I don't really like the price on the Landspeeder, but aside from that, it's really good. I definitely would give it probably a 6 out of 10, and it probably would have been an 8 out of 10 if it had been a little bit cheaper and if it had been a little bit longer since we've gotten one. If you don't have a Landspeeder already, then it's worth picking up, particularly if you can get it on sale. Like if you can get it 20% off and pick it up for $24, then it's much better on the price. But in the end, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.